Hi, this is Jay Arthur, and welcome back to the biggest mistakes everyone makes in Excel work spreadsheets. And one of the things I see a lot is just heading problems. People don't know how to put a heading into a column. So here you can see where we've actually got something that's been merged and centered. Now, for example, if I tried to insert a pivot table in there, it's going to laugh at me and say pivot table field name is not valid. You must blah, 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 right? So you have to have intelligent column headings for each one of these things to be able to do things like pivot tables. And this thing is perfect for that. So one of the things we have to do with this data is first we'd have to unmerge it. So then we could select that data, and if we right click on that, we can actually say Format Cells, and then we can go into Alignment and say Center Across Selection. And that will allow us to create the same sort of look that we would have had before. So here's our date, and here's our vessel. And now we could go in and actually insert a pivot table, and it would let us do that. So that's the secret sauce. If we have these things where there's merged cells, it causes some serious problems. Another problem you'll see in here is there are blank cells for these dates. These are actually in European format. But to be able to pivot this and summarize things correctly, we'd have to go ahead and insert those dates again. Right? So we have to have a date for each one of these. So we'd actually have to fill all of that out. So that's another type of mistake. Sometimes you're just missing things you need to properly analyze your data. But we're really looking at headings at the moment. So now we've got this nicely aligned design here. Another type of heading problem I see is people put the heading words in three different cells, different rows, and there's no real good reason for that. All right, all you have to do is put all the data into one cell and then simply select wrap text, right? And it will actually take that and put it into a nice column heading. And that will then make it a lot easier for us to chart that data. So we want to insert a chart there, right? We could get these charts easily out of there. Now, it will work if you have them in multiple columns, because Excel changed how it does stuff. But that's not necessarily a good plan for the future, all right? So, same chart, but I find that it's best that if you just put all of that into one single cell, then everything else can use it for naming of things and so on and so forth. So that's how you start to fix your headings. Put them in one cell. Don't use merge and center or any of that kinds of stuff, because that causes more problems when you start to analyze or chart your data.